Hello everyone. Ever tried taking more than one input from the user in Arduino and it just doesn't work right? Either the values get skipped or the program goes crazy. I'll show you a method today that works perfectly every single time, no matter how many inputs you need, using just 2 lines of code per variable. Yes, today's trick is that powerful. Objective of today's tutorial. Today we are going to learn something super useful. How to take multiple inputs from the user through the serial monitor in Arduino. Now in many programs we need to ask the user for some values, maybe a name, a number, a setting or something else. One way is to hard code those values. But a better way is to ask the user directly and do it in a clean, reliable way. I'll show you a system that takes input perfectly, no lost values, no errors, just smooth data entry. And it works with all kinds of data. And most of the time, the data are strings, ints, and floats. Some of the examples where we can use these inputs. First example, we have created a clock and we wish to supply the current time. For example, the hour, minute, and second. Right now, the time is 9:47:53. So, how do we supply the time? Arduino, is being a standalone device, cannot get the system time. For example, if we are working on a computer, we can get the system time, but we cannot get it on Arduino if it's a standalone device. So how do we give input? For example, the time is 10:39:53. So how do we supply the time? This is how we can supply the time. We need to enter the current user's details like name, for example, Rajinder Singh Kaura. Okay, I'm putting hash over there because this is what I'm going to use in my programs. We have created a string of LEDs and we wish to enter the speed of their blinking. Now there are 5 LEDs and I want speeds to differ. And these are the times like 10, 3, 4, 7, and 5. So this is how can I can supply. So these are the 5 inputs that the user will be giving to the program. Next example is we need to enter the brightness of a number of LEDs. For example, 25%, 40%, 60%, 75%, 100%. So whatever is the brightness of those LEDs, we need to supply that. I will now demonstrate the program that you can insert in your program and use it with ease. Not much needs to be changed. Now the program requires the following. Number one, a variable indicating how many data items are expected by the program. So this is used by the system to flag an error if the user does not enter the sufficient number of data items. For example, if the user is supposed to enter 4 data items and he enters 3 or he enters 5, which is not the correct number of data. So how does the system come to know? It comes to know from this particular variable where you need to change this 4 to a 3 or a 1 or 9 or 10 or whatever number of data you are expecting from the user. The second thing, a data structure which contains the types and names of variables to be used. So I'm just giving you a simple structure. It starts with the struct and in the middle we have written string name and sdata. So basically you will be requiring to change the name only. Third is a function which needs to be called, and this is the void input method. I will demonstrate the entire program to you, but these are the 3 bits of things that basically my program contains. First, a variable containing the number of data items. Second, the structure containing the data item. For example, here it is only one, and a function that needs to be called. All right, and the function then needs to be called from the setup function. The setup function looks like this. So in the setup function, first of all, we start the serial communication. We say serial.begin 9600, and then the input function is called. This is all that you need to write in your program. All right, now let me explain my program to you. Uh, this is the entire program that you need. This is my program. After this, your setup method actually starts. First of all, I'll show you the running of the program. Then we'll make some changes in the program. Okay. Now the program. See, I told you this is my program. Before this is my program, and after this is your program. So your program is going to use my function, which is the input function, like over here. I am actually displaying these here. Okay, I'm displaying these here. These could be displayed in the loop also, but I'm displaying it here because I don't need to display it again and again. All right. Let me run this program and show you how things happen. Let me start the simulation and open the serial monitor. When you open the serial monitor, it basically gives you a prompt that enter data each data item with a hash. All right. So it also prompts you with what is expected from the user. Like I am going to enter a name, which is a string, a number, which is an int, marks, which is an int, and temperature, which is a float. So let me start. I'm going to start with writing a name. So I'll say Rajinder, hash, a number, 12345, hash, marks, say 99. I'm going to write 0.9 just to check because let's see. And temperature is say 39.1. And I'm ending every data item with a hash sign. Okay. So when I press enter, the system basically shows you this is the data that has been entered by the user. As I told you, 99, I wrote 99.9, but with marks being an int variable, it has not stored the zero point 0.9. So it doesn't matter. It has not it has not shown you any error. Let me run this program again. And this time I am going to write insufficient number of data. For example, I just write um, a name and I write a number and I press enter. So what happens is it shows you a message here. It shows you a message here. The number of data items are not correct. Please reset your program. So that means the user comes to know, okay, there is some problem. It has taken the values as 00, but we don't want it as 00. These are the data items that have not been entered. So yes, I need to restart the program and enter it correctly. Let me just take one input from the user and we'll start with 1 and then we'll make it 2 and then we'll make it 3. Something like that. Okay. So I'm going to change this to only a string name, that's all. So I have in this particular structure I have written only string name. So that means I'm expecting only a name to be entered by the user. And because this is one data item, so I'll write 1 over here to indicate this is the only piece of data that is required. In the prompt, I'll remove everything except the name. And in these 4 pieces of data, I'll remove these 3 sets of lines. I'll just keep the first 2. So these 2 are the most important ones. And when we have multiple data, we just make copies of these 2 lines. So what I've done is sdata.name is equal to so and so, so and so, so and so. And that's it. We don't need to worry about what the end the data is. So what did I do? I simply changed this numData to 1, and in the structure I just put one variable. In the prompt I have given only one prompt, and in the data items program we have just taken only one pair. Okay, what I am going to do right now is that I am going to paste the program that I just changed, and I pasted it over here. So as you can see, now the program is having only one set of data, one data, that's it, and only one string name is going to be entered. And because I have only one piece of data, so I cannot display the rest because it is not there. So I'll remove that from there. So this is just for me to test. That's all. You're not going to display the data. You're going to use it for maybe to display it onto an LCD, or maybe use it as a clock or something like that. We'll use it. Let us run this program. So when I run this program, check the serial monitor, it says enter data. Okay, there's only one piece of data. So what I do is I'll say Rajinder and hash, and that is the only piece of data that is required. So that is fine. I have taken the input. What if now I want two pieces of data? So instead of just one, I need two pieces of data. So I'll just change that one to a two. And second, I need to have an int variable called marks. Okay, let me just change that capital I to a small I. And now I'll change the prompt also, because at least the user should know that an int is expected. Now what do I do is that I copy these two lines and paste it and change the variable name to whatever we require. And because marks are is an int variable, so we need to put something here. So I'll need to put to int function. Now please remember, I will use to int function for using an int variable, or I will use to float function to use a float variable. All right, so we'll do that. Okay, so let me copy paste it into my program, and see how it works. All right, so what have I done everything correctly? Yes, I have changed this one to a two. I have put another variable here. I have in the prompt I have put marks also, and over here I made a copy of the first two lines and then just added to int, because sorry, it has to be dot to int. Yes. Okay, so uh, I have done that, and that's it. Now because I need to display marks also, and we will use that now. We will use marks here. All right, let us run this program and see how things happen. Let's open the serial monitor, and now it is asking you for two things now. I can say, okay, Sunil, hash, and marks. Marks are 98%. Okay, whatever. So I have put two pieces of data, that is Sunil and 98. When I press enter, it displays Sunil and 98. Okay, let me change multiple lines here. For example, I want the blink rate of LEDs. So LED 1, comma, LED 2, comma, LED 3, comma, LED 4, comma, LED 5. I can supply it multiple variables in the same line if they are of the same data type. Yes. So, okay, over here I can say, I can remove that, and I can put, it's up to me. I can put all these variables here, and I can specify that all of them are ints. So this is just a message, so that should not be a problem. Now what should we do? I don't need a string input, so I have all number input. So I'll just change this to an LED1, and this will do for LED1. Now let me copy this and paste it for LED2, LED3, LED4, LED5, and just make the changes for 2, 3, 4, 5. And lastly, I need LED1 and change the rest of this serial.println to, okay, so this should be changed to 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Let's clear this and run this program and see what happens. I had made some changes there. This was an LED4. I had created that. So the rest everything is fine. It is running fine, and it is asking you for the data for each LED. So probably it is 10 for is the blink rate for the first one, 4 for the second one, 3 for the third one, 9 for the fourth one, and 11 for the fifth one. My God. Okay, so when I press enter, so it says number of data items is not correct. Did we change the number of data items? Yes, we did not change that. That should have been a change to a 5. So let that be changed to a 5. And let's run this again. Okay, because I had entered it correctly. I had entered the data correctly. I had entered 5 items because my numData variable contained some other value. So let's put the values again. 10 hash, 3 hash, 4 hash, 19 hash, 11 hash. Okay, these are the 5 values and it has taken the inputs. Okay, 10, 3, 19, 4, 19 and 11. Perfect. Okay, let us now see the working of my program into an actual program. Okay, so this program is basically going to display an LED for a period of time, and those periods of times are going to be entered by the user. I'm expecting 3 periods to be entered by the user. So, okay. First of all, I've just connected a LED, simple. An LED is connected through a resistor to pin number 12, and it is on the other side, it is connected to ground. Let me show you the code. In the code, we have taken the numData as 3, and there are 3 delays, yes. And I have entered over here that these are the 3 delays. Okay. What else? I have changed the value, names of the variables here. So sdata.dly1, sdata.dly2, and 3, and so on and so forth. Rest is simple. So I've taken LED pin as 12, and these two are basically required for the input, and this is for required for the pin to for the LED to be displayed. Okay, now I've just taken an example here. Suppose that data entered by the user is 900, 600, 300. That means the LED first of all switches on for 900 milliseconds, then switches off for 1 second, then switches on for 600 milliseconds, then switches on again for 300 milliseconds. So in between, it is going to be switched off with a gap of 1 second. That is fixed. All right, so how are we going to do it? Let us see these first 4 lines. The first 4 lines says LED pin is high. That means the LED is on. It now gives a delay of DL by 1. So DL by 1 being 900, it delays for 900 milliseconds here. Then after the delay, it switches off. And how long does it switch off is for 1 second. So this is fixed as we know. Okay. Then it switches on again, and for the delay of DL by 2, that is 600 milliseconds, it switches on, then switches off for 1000 milliseconds. And this goes on for the third delay also. Uh, Let me input from the user. Let's clear this. Let's input from the user. And let me input the same values that I've given, 900, hash 600, hash 300. Okay, so these are the 3 inputs. Now you will see that the LED is going to display for 900, 600, 300. 900, 600, 300. 900, 600, 300. So this is how it works now. Let us do another one. Maybe I want it to be a longer duration. So again 800 hash and 400 hash 200 hash. 800, 400, 200. So it switches on for 800, then 400, then 200. See, the 200 is very small. 800, 200, 400, and 200. So this is how we can use it. Please remember, the program above this line is the same, but you just need to make small changes over here. The rest of the program is yours. In your program, in the setup function, you basically need these 2 lines for to be used for my program. Rest is your program. Now please, the variables that we are going to use, are all going to be the ones that you have created here, and it will always be written as sdata dot something, whatever it is going to be. So I've used sdata.dly1, sdata.dly2, sdata.dly3, and so on and so forth. Okay, I hope the program is clear to you. If you have any problem, please write in the comment and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.